Hey gaming fans! So today I'm going to be doing another deck testing, kind of like a run through where I just try out this deck. Now this is the Exodia deck that I did a video on a couple videos ago. This is the exact same list, the deck, except for one change. I took out one of the dark doors that I originally had in there because I had 3 Messenger of Peace and 2 dark doors as kind of like a defense piece. And I replaced it with a third Wonder Wand, just because I find that this card's really good when you start with it. So let's do some shuffling. I did a little bit of shuffling before. I just took out the Wonder Wand, and so I'll just reshuffle it again because you know, just to make it fair. And we just want to see how this deck actually draws and looks. So let's go. Now, I have played this a little bit online on Dueling Book, but I only played it once against my friend, and he was playing a stun burn style, or just a stun deck with a lot of card removal and Thunder King Ryos, and yeah, it was a tough battle for me, and I almost got Exodia once. Okay, so here's our opening hand. So let's see, we got Solemn Judgment. That's always good. I mean, you don't really care too much about your life points as long as you still have 1. You can win the duel. And we have Witch there, and we have Pot of Duality. So probably I would start with Pot of Duality, which would allow me to look at the top 3 cards in my deck, pick one, put it in my hand, put the rest in the top of your deck and shuffle. So there's an Exodia piece there. There's also a Summoner Monk, but I don't have any spells to use as effect because you have to discard a spell card, and there's the Messenger of Peace. So this is a tough call. I mean, do I want to take the Peace, or do I want to take the Messenger of Peace? So let's just go for the Peace. I mean, we do have Battle Fader just in case, and I do have Solemn Judgment. So these 2 will actually get shuffled back into the deck, and there we go. So I still have a monster I can play, so Witch of the Black Forest. Here's where I wish I had Wonder Wand, because I'd be able to summon her, play the Wonder Wand effect. But, you know, I'd just probably set and go, and hope my opponent isn't playing a Banish deck or anything like that. So, I mean, this is deck testing, so we would assume possibly that your opponent would attack this. It's Witch of the Black Forest, so she'll go to the graveyard, and we will search out another Exodia piece. Let's go for the head. I mean, it really doesn't matter. You need all 5 of them anyways, so you know, I'm not doing too bad, but at the same time, I'm kind of, you know, weary about not having any monsters. So, all right, so our draw was Battle Fader again. So at this point, it would just be like, you know, I'd probably have to flip that up to stop anything. The other card that really messed me up was Mystic Mine, which is a card that I probably should be playing in this deck, but I don't have any, and I don't know. I'm on the fence with that card. It's kind of a crazy card. So I would probably have to Battle Fade to survive. And we got a Book of Moon, or sorry, Book of Moon, Monster Reborn. So let's play Monster Reborn. Bring back the Witch to the Black Forest. Now, another thing I was kind of toying around with is, because I didn't really have an extra deck for this, I didn't really construct one, is that I would probably, at this point, you know, Link summon and send her to the graveyard, depending on what my opponent is playing, of course, and you know, that'll just get me the piece a little bit faster. But let's just say, for, you know, argument's sake, the opponent's too scared to attack, you know, puts in defense mode, so then we draw a card again. So we got the Dark Door, and we just probably play that. And yeah, so we're going a lot of turns here. So this is Powerful Rebirth, which is like a Call of the Haunted. So at this point, you probably feel safe sending your Witch to the graveyard for a Link summon. He gets banished. You would search your piece, set this, hope it survives, and proceed to game. Now that's, of course, you know, if everything goes to plan. That's the problem with deck testing, is really all you could look at is how your draws are. You really can't really predict what your opponent's going to be playing, unless you set up your own meta decks and stuff like that and play against them. But even still, like with the Exodia, your opponent often doesn't know what's in your hand. You might be counting the pieces as you get them, but they might not actually, you know, they might be worried. Do you have 4 pieces? Do you have 3 pieces? Is it one more attack on a witch or a Sangan? So let's try again. Let's draw. You know, the defense in this deck, I don't know. I'm kind of weary about it. There's my 5. Yeah. I would probably go with the Summoner Monk play. Put him in defense mode, activate effect, discarding the Dark Door. You know, eventually I'd like to replace maybe those with something else. Maybe some more draw power. I mean, look, draw power is all clumped up there anyway. So we'll pull out Witch of the Black Forest. Actually, we could even, instead of pulling out Witch of the Black Forest, nah, let's just stick with that. I was going to say I could get the other guy, but that's okay. And then we would be... Now you don't want to Exceed summon because then she won't get her effect. So you just want to leave her alone. You can link summon if you want. Probably drop that down. Hope my opponent doesn't have a mystical space or something like that. Draw. Oh god, another one. Double. I don't know if I would do that. I don't think I would do that play. Because you know, feather. What's it called? The Heavy Storm Duster card is a thing, and Twin Twisters, so you probably don't want to play 2 at once. Also, we kind of need this for fodder for this guy, so let's do that. Then we can go, let's take the other guy. We can take this guy, Emissary of Afterlife. Play him in defense mode. But yeah, we didn't draw any pieces on this one, so this is kind of a tricky one. And then, you know, next turn, okay, so we got a piece. These 2 would be pieces. This guy is just like Sangan, in which when he dies, each player gets to search for a normal monster. He just can't take the head. That's the only downside to him. So if the head's the only piece you need and he's the only one left, you're kind of in trouble. Let's see. It's not bad. See, we're drawing into our searchers. So let's do another shuffle and draw just for fun. That's pretty much what this deck does. I mean, it's not like the typical speed Exodia decks that run like every draw power in the book to try and get Exodia in one turn. I just find that those are fun, but they're like you either win or you don't. It's like turn 1, if you can't pull it off, you lose. This one tries to give you a couple of turns to build up a board and, you know, depending on what your opponent's playing, of course. Kind of make your opponent scared to attack sometimes. Now this isn't too bad. So we got the Exodia piece there. We have Allure of Darkness. We got to be careful with Allure of Darkness and, you know, what monsters we banish with it. So let's just play it. Draw the 2 cards. And so I think I would have to get rid of Sangan, because we do have Summoner Monk to pull out the Witch. Now the question is, do I play Pot of Duality? But if I play Pot of Duality, I won't be able to special summon with the Summoner Monk, so that might not be a good idea. So I think what I'll do is, because I have the wand here, put him in defense mode. He summons, he goes to defense mode. Activate his effect. Hope my opponent doesn't have a hand trap, because, you know, that would make me sad too. Obviously this deck would need to have some Called by the Grave, I think it's called, to stop hand traps, and, you know, you'd probably have to side against stuff like that. You'd have to build a good side deck based on you know, what people are playing in the meta and all that stuff. If you're going to try and play this competitively, that is. If you're just playing this as casual, it won't matter. So then we're going to play Wonder Wand on the Witch. I'm going to send the wand to the grave to draw the 2 cards. And then we get the Witch effect. We're going to search. Take the Exodia head. And I mean, that's not too bad. We got the Witch still in the graveyard, so we have Powerful Rebirth, which is like the Monster Reborn, or the Call of the Haunted. I got my Solemn Judgments. I got 2 Solemns, so I'm going to set them both. And let's just say opponent attacks, kills him, because they probably would get rid of him somehow. You don't want to leave him on the field. Okay, so we can play this, the Powerful Rebirth, just to bring back the Witch. The thing I like about Powerful Rebirth is it brings it into defense mode. So if you have to use it to defend yourself, it's not going to come up in attack mode like it would in Call the Haunted, and then whatever their biggest creature can run through it. We also have a Battle Fader which can protect us, so if she died, or they blew it up somehow. I also have the 2 Solemns there, so I could probably stop some plays. We're going to take the piece. Of course, every piece you pull out of your deck, you're thinning your deck out a little bit, which is good. And we're at 3. And my turn. 4. Alright, we're at 4. We're at 4. I guess I'd have to probably use that. Next turn, 1 Day of Peace. Great card. You get to live 1 more turn. It's too bad that's not at 3, but they decided not to. And your opponent gets to draw a card, which, you know, might not be good. So, because we're under 1 Day of Peace, we don't have to worry about dying next turn, so, you know. And we're going to draw, and look at that. Exodia. I didn't even have to use the Wonder Wand. That's cool. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of my thought for this deck. Obviously, it needs improvement. All decks need improvements. And, you know, this will be something I will play around with for a while. Probably do some more tweaks, changes, updates, whether I want to make it a competitive deck or just keep it a casual deck. I don't know. I'm still, you know, coming back into the game, so I don't have a lot of the newer cards. Like, I don't have Mystic Mine, I mean, which is, you know, I think that that's a broken card, personally. I don't know why it needs to exist in this game. I don't like cards that just shut down the player with one card, but anyways, yeah, this is fun. I think this deck has, you know, a little bit of potential. It could take your opponent off guard. But yeah, let me know what you think. Throw some comments down below if you have suggestions, deck tips, anything like that. Throw them down there in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Hope you subscribe. Talk to you guys later.